Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Brett. Got a video today from TheChowTimePod. This is her Womansplaining Men to Women compilation. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. That's good. Chow time.
This reads, men used to go to war. I don't know if you...
Women used to give birth and raise children. I don't see that happening that often either.
You've been paying attention, but men definitely still go to war, first of all. But second of all, historically, this is always what they have done before going to war. For example, the ancient Romans version of hitting the gritty was a war dance called the Bella Crepa, which was done to the sound of weapons beating against each other. The Greeks had the Pyrrhic dance, which is basically like war ballet. And African tribes have things like the Indalamu dance, which is done to inspire soldiers on their long trek into battle barefoot. I could go on, but also, and I mean no disrespect to combat veterans, in fact, I'm sure some of them will agree with me, but working as a line cook, especially during a rush, is probably as close to feeling like at war as a civilian is gonna get. And I don't know about you, but I would love to know that an entire battle dance went into my beat-up's wings. Men have always danced and been silly gooses, and men will always dance and be silly gooses. It is part of being a man. In fact, if you ever see a man never dancing or never being a silly goose, he is being repressed by someone or something, and you need to save him.
Who's repressing me? Am I repressing myself?
Let these men dance in peace. Okay, so you know that one pair of shoes your dude has that looks like they came straight out of a historic war memorial? They started talking to him multiple times, but he just keeps shoe-gooing them closed. You literally bought him new shoes, but he still insists on wearing this dirty-ass Mad Max-looking pair. Get used to it. He's not throwing away those shit kickers to save his life. The bond a man forms with his favorite pair of shoes is an ancient and sacred bond.
This is probably like one of the things I can explain the best. Men view tools as extensions of ourselves. Women do not view this way. Women view tools as objects. We view tools as extensions of ourselves. This is like how we are so in tune to cars. Why men love cars so much. Yes, it is a tool to get from point A to point B. But to men, once we are in the car, we are a part of the car. The car is a part of us. And that's how a lot of men view almost all the tools they use in life, especially shoes.
Asking him to get rid of these shoes is like asking him to take his dog out back and shoot it. One does not ask such things of a man. Look, I know they're an eyesore. I know you can think of 3 other pairs of shoes that would look 10 times better with the outfit he currently has on. Just worry about yourself. They're not your feet. No one's judging you for it. Not only that, I don't think you realize what a green flag this is. When you find a man who's willing to stay true to his favorite shoes, no matter how worn out and dusty they get, it means he'll stay true to you, no matter how worn out and dusty you get. Make peace with the shoes, and maybe even show them some respect. They are your man's life force.
We're guys. We keep a little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man.
The ladies are like, Lauren, when are you going to womansplain Dirt Man? Seemingly overnight, all of our boyfriends and husbands have just collectively agreed that they need to take small samplings of dirt and leave it underneath their pillows for the Dirt Man before the Dirt Man comes to town, and none of us seem to be able to explain it. And I'm here to womansplain nothing. I cannot help you. This is actually just for the boys. This is forbidden jutsu to us women. And it's fine. Like, it is a male privilege, but they can have one as a treat. And I don't think it's just me. I think that women collectively have actually agreed for the first time in all of history to just kind of like lay down feminism for a moment and say, you know what? We don't need to be equal here. You can have this. We don't need Dirt Man. In fact, we're just going to f*** off. And it's not even that we don't want Dirt Man. We want Dirt Man.
I don't even know what Dirt Man is.
But we have finally accepted that not everything is for us. So ladies, all you need to know about Dirt Man is that it is such a small but immense victory for the boys. Just let them have it. They're so happy. One universal rule about men: never take his hat off his head.
My God, I talk about this all the time in all the fighting videos. It's called disrespect. Stop it.
2 recent viral moments that highlight this remarkably well. Example 1. This kick streamer who thought it would be a good idea to take the hat off a fitness YouTuber, Bradley Martin, only to get slapped into the next dimension.
Damn, actually?
And example 2. Sneeko getting his teeth knocked out after taking the hat off a bouncer outside of a club.
Boo.
Now, for a man's own sake,
Superman
for his
jump
own
pitch.
peace, one would hope that he could just ignore such childish antagonization tactics and not resort to that. But I can womansplain why many do and would, and why it is that deep. For one thing, just don't touch people, bro. And just for the purpose of snatching something, like, no, you're making them aggro on purpose. Don't act confused or surprised when it gets to the point of smacking. But second, 70 to 80% of guys will end up experiencing some form of balding or hair thinning. And as much as they don't like to talk about it, it can be a point of insecurity for some people. So
Makes
even
sense.
if you're just trying to be silly, he might interpret that as you deliberately trying to humiliate him as much as you can. You touch a man's hat, the best that can be assumed of you is that you're a troll, you're a pest. This is actually something about masculinity that everyone agrees on. Men and women agree that if you take the hat off another man's head, there is nothing attractive or masculine about that. When your husband has been up your butt all day.
What are you doing?
Why are you following me?
What do you mean?
Why are you up here?
I'm not following you.
You're literally following me. Why
It was
did you?
quiet. I figured I'd come up see what's going on.
All day you've been following me. I don't think you've noticed you've been doing it all day. I just want a minute to myself, okay?
I only need a minute.
Honey, is that why I came up here because I was doing things?
I came up here to hide from the kids.
I can womansplain this. He's not following you around, he's just making his rounds. It's called a perimeter sweep, and it's pretty much caked into the Y chromosome.
100%. I do this all the time. I don't know why half the time. I just do it.
Like, come on, you guys are the ones who say men are dogs, and then you can't understand why he has to do a quick little peeky peek into every room and check on every single person every 30 to 45 minutes. But most importantly, I want to address what he says here.
I only need a minute.
When he says, I only need a minute, he genuinely means that. The long-term wives know, especially the ones with the golden retriever husbands, when they come making their little rounds, all they need is a quick little kiss or a quick little nuzzle, and then they're off again. And finally, he's
We just need to make sure everything's A-okay.
up your butt all day when he's finally home, because he's never home. Guys are always at work. In fact, the only thing that keeps them alive at work is the thought of coming home and being up your butt. I could have phrased that better.
She ain't wrong.
He feels like you're his safe space, and his safe space is running away from him. Yes, couples do need time away from each other, but he just wants to check in on you. If you can't be interrupted for an hour, just tell him. If you just can't be interrupted, don't get married.
I think I might be the red flag and I didn't even know this. Multiple sources now have confirmed this. I've been doing beauty for 15 years, right? Now, when I tell men what I do for work, multiple sources have been like, that's a red flag. What?
Very simply, beauty to men is like video games to women, and people are very judgmental of things they don't understand. So just like a woman might look at a guy who plays video games and think, oh great, he's lazy, he lacks motivation, he wastes his time with pointless things. A guy might look at a woman who prioritizes beauty and think, great, she's vain, she spends too much money, she wastes her time on pointless things. So just like a woman who doesn't play video games might not understand the social emotional advantages of team gaming, or the literary satisfaction of a good story arc, or even just the endorphin rush of a really good match. A lot of guys don't
Or just destroying that fucking boss that kept killing me fucking 15 times in a row. Fuck you.
understand how much practical science goes into beauty. Not a lot of guys realize that our average everyday skincare routine involves us studying the microbes within our skin's ecosystem and then elaborately introducing new strains of skin native microbes just to combat acne. It's not that guys have a zero
I know these things.
tolerance policy for women in the beauty industry, just like most women don't have a zero tolerance policy for guys who play video games. It's only when it's your number one priority that it becomes a red flag.
That makes
But I think we
sense.
can all agree that people who put either beauty or video games above everything else in their life kind of deserve to be ghosted. Behind every great man is the drawer I need to get into. Why are you even in the kitchen right now? If I was him, my selective hearing would only hear the I'm a great man part. But yeah, I mean, she's not wrong. Both husbands and dogs are notorious for this. It's not on purpose, but it's like you're the earth and they're your moons. But instead of constantly orbiting around you, they always just kind of remain in your radius without continuously moving. These are the simple, irrefutable facts of life. But might I recommend, instead of getting annoyed about it, gamifying it romantically.
Ooh.
Because you have
This is how you win in life, guys, by gamifying everything. At least how I was able to do it. I love video games, guys. I love MMOs. I love RPGs. I love the marketplaces in MMOs, being able to like farm items, sell them to other people and things like that. I love that shit. That's what I do in real life right now. I go to Disneyland, grab certain merches and stuff, resell them on the marketplace. I do very similar things that I do on the video games. I do my dailies, my daily quests. That would be videos here every day and then going do a couple other things every day. Those are my daily quests. I must get those done every day or else I'm going to fail for the day.
ever try the reach around method? I'm just saying, he's there, the drawer's right there. What's stopping you from embracing your inner book talk and just kind of sliding your arms around him while you softly press up into him? It's subtle, but effective. If you keep your chin down and your eyes up while you look at him and smirk a little while you're doing it, you'll be able to get away with whatever you want for the rest of the week. Real talk, you'll get like 5 get out of jail brat cards for that one. Don't say I never taught you ladies nothing. Look, we are women. We can add riz to anything if we work hard and believe in ourselves, or at the very least, we'll get
All they gotta do is just look at us in a certain way, and that's their really.
the Ziploc bag we needed. This is everything I can tell you about your dude based entirely off of how he goes down the stairs. Okay, so if he goes down the stairs like this, like a rapid bound,
That's
for this
me.
one there's literally nothing special going on. That's just the way he goes downstairs.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the way he
me.
does everything. He's like Sonic, he's got to go fast. Like
Ricky Bobby right over here. Gotta go fast.
bro would probably run up the stairs with his hands if it was societally acceptable. Okay, so if he comes down the stairs slowly, like a giant final boss slowly lumbering toward you, that
He's
poor
upset.
man is doing his best. He is just trying not to collapse into himself like a dying star. Like something hurts, probably everything, or he's just watching a TikTok. Okay, if he's got like a normal pace, you know, he's probably cheating on you. No, I'm kidding. He's just a comfortable dude. But I can tell you this about normal walkers. They only have a 50% hit rate of catching pop culture references. And if he's ever like doing some high knee drives, you know, like one of these,
He's
like
trying to work out.
forcing down the stairs, bro is happy as shit about something. I don't know. Maybe y'all had fun last night. And then if you ever hear like a and then a condensed thud,
He
may
fell.
have let the intrusive thoughts win and finally went down in the laundry basket. As always, once you have hit like, subscribe, turned on the notification bell so you do not miss my lives, make sure that you do leave your comments on what you thought of this video down below.
Shout outs to Davigate, one of the rare real ones out there that fights for men, but does it in a nice way to where women can absorb it too. It's women speak a certain way, so we need women to speak to women. They don't listen to us for shit. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. If you guys next time, chat.